TAO just broke through a resistance line that's been holding it down for 8 months. Prices sitting around $400 right now, above every moving average on the weekly chart, and we're less than 24 hours away from confirming this breakout. The halving is 54 days out. Grayscale just filed their Form 10 for a TAO trust with the SEC, and subnet registration is back online. This is the 7th time I'm covering Bittensor on this channel, and the setup looks completely different than it did 2 weeks ago. Let me walk you through what's happening right now with TAO. Since the all-time high, back in April 2024 at around $740, this token has been stuck under a major descending trend line. That trend line got rejected 3 times, December 2024, May, and July. Then came that brutal crash in early October that took TAO down to $140 on some exchanges. Most people thought it was over. But look at what happened next. Price reclaimed the $300 to $400 zone, marked as my accumulation area in the last video on October 1st. This green box on the chart represents where I wanted to see buyers step in, and that's exactly what happened. Now we're trading around $400, which puts us above the 10, 21, and 55-week exponential moving averages. That's a significant shift in momentum. The descending trend line that's been in play since April 2024 is finally breaking if we can close this weekly candle above 385 in the next 24 hours. Looking at the Fibonacci retracement levels, I anchored from the December top at $750, down to the April low at $175. The 618 level sits at $530, which is my first major target. The half level is around $460. Right now we're pushing through the 382 level at $396. Below us, there's strong support at the point of control around $360, shown by that pink and blue volume profile bar on the left side. That's essentially a price magnet where heavy trading occurred. The Heikin-Ashi RSI indicator at the bottom just crossed into bullish territory with its first large green candle after 3 consecutive red ones. This typically signals a momentum shift. For those new to this, the RSI measures whether an asset is oversold or overbought. When it crosses above the neutral line, buyers are taking control. My invalidation level, that red dashed line, is at 280. If we close a weekly candle below that, the short-term setup breaks. For my long-term position, though, I'd look to add more around 220 if that happens. I'm already holding TAO with entries around $200 from earlier this year, so I'm in a comfortable position. My take-profit zones are marked with green circles. 30% at $530, then scaling out at $750, $1,100, and $1,700. Once the first target hits, I move my stop to break even. That's how I manage risk without giving back profits. While the chart looks solid, fundamentals are improving too. Grayscale just filed a Form 10 for their Bittensor trust, which is the first step toward becoming an SEC reporting company. If approved, this increases accessibility and transparency for institutional investors. The trust shares would trade on OTC markets, similar to their other products. They would file regular reports with the SEC, and the 12-month lockup period for private placements gets cut to just 6 months. This is one step closer to a potential ETF down the road. The Open Tensor Foundation brought back subnet registration and deregistration on October 15th. This had been paused for months. Now, subnet teams compete again. The limit stays at 128 subnets, meaning when a new one registers, the lowest performing non-immune subnet gets removed. There's a 4-month immunity period for new subnets to get their systems running properly. Registration now requires a burn cost instead of a lock cost, starting at around 1,100 TAO. The deregistered subnets locked TAO gets distributed proportionally to alpha holders, which unlocks TAO that was sitting idle and redirects it into more active parts of the network. TAO app just launched Virtual TAO, or VTAO. It's a liquid-staked version of TAO powered by Layer 0 and audited by Zelic. This is fully omni-chain, meaning you can bridge VTAO from Bittensor's EVM to Base, Ethereum, Arbitrum, and more chains are coming including Solana. You earn staking rewards while using your TAO anywhere across different ecosystems. This matters because it improves liquidity and makes TAO more flexible for DeFi applications. Jeff from the community put together a comprehensive list of improvements. Better wallet options, better bridge infrastructure, better DeFi layers. Subnets are finding product-market fit and generating real revenue. Liquidity is improving. Alpha tokens are coming to Base. Institutional adoption is growing with more decentralized autonomous trusts, Bittensor funds, and incoming ETFs. The OTC and crowdfunding infrastructure is reducing the pressure on subnet owners and miners who previously had to sell to cover costs. TAO's halving happens in less than 54 days, on December 11th. Daily issuance drops from 7,200 to 3,600 TAO. This cuts new supply in half. With Grayscale working on their Form 10 for ETF approval at the same time, the timing lines up. Historically, supply squeezes combined with increased demand create upward price pressure. Not guaranteed, but it's something to watch. TAO is at a turning point. The chart is breaking bullish after months of downtrend. Fundamentals are strengthening with better infrastructure, institutional interest, and a halving right around the corner. I'm holding my position watching to trim 30% at $530 if we get there. This is my 7th video on Bittensor because I believe in the project long term, especially with the AI narrative developing. If you found this useful, hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated. Join my free Telegram group for daily insights, link in the pinned comment. And if you want more TAO coverage, check out my previous 2 videos on screen right now. Thanks for watching, never financial advice, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one.